This is your weekend market review for Friday, June 20th, 2025. Let's go, y'all.
Hey everyone, this is my channel to help investors and traders develop a probability-based mindset to succeed. Also try and keep friends informed of what's going on in the markets and the economy, and also a little real estate content as well.
This is Dan Max at eXp Realty, aka the Trading Agent, and this is your weekend market review for Friday, June 20th, 2025. Hopefully you're having a great week. OPEX, CHOPEX. Again, if you're new to the channel and you're not familiar with these repeating not formats, but just the formations and the action within options expiration, then you throw in a FOMC meeting and then a holiday in the middle of the week. Wow, what a good week, again, of trading for me personally and some of the folks in the Discord room doing great, trading around positions. But then also, I know some folks out there who are just, they're getting cooked, and that's part of trading. And the hardest part of getting cooked is to get away from the heat when you're getting burned, and then you learn, and then you move forward, and you come back with the right mindset. So again, trading is easy, but sometimes it's not because of just things you can't control. So again, if you're new to the channel, check out the Discord, link in the description below. Again, quick little announcement. I'm going to be paring back the daily market reviews to about 2 a week. Again, it seems that the viewership has gone down, even though absolutely crushing it, and I know a lot of folks who are. And so taking my time back, 2-3 hours a day trying to do this. So again, if you have questions, thoughts, again, join the Discord room, get involved, talk. If you talk in the Discord room, there's going to be questions because there's people there to answer. And so again, I appreciate all the love, support, generous donations. Again, I have only so much time, and I feel like taking it back again is better for me at this point than doing more videos. And ultimately, I tell people, like, I don't sit around and watch the market. I do much better when I'm not. I allow the market to come to me. I allow things to play out. I let things just show up. And that's how the trading is. Again, I think people don't understand is that, again, the hardest part of trading is timing wise. So if you can try to take the time mechanism out by letting things come to you, letting stocks, options, whatever you are trading, futures come to you at certain levels, you will absolutely crush it. So again, I appreciate all the love and support. And again, if you have questions, do not hesitate to reach out. Always here to help. Again, there was the Fed Live meeting. Again, if you'd like to connect, 30-minute chat, talk about the markets, talk about real estate. Again, if you're looking to buy, sell, invest in real estate, and you haven't reached out, again, you get 2 agents for the price of 1. It's an amazing deal. And it's not that it's really much of a deal. It's just you get 2. Again, you're going to have me advising, and then you have another agent on the ground in boots. I have the best referral network in the country, in my opinion. I'd love to help out. Again, do not hesitate to reach out. Again, this is something that I'm more passionate about too, taking my time back. Again, doing more coaching, communication, and relationships. But obviously trading is something. But again, I've coached in trading, and I recognize with even myself and helping other people that trading isn't hard. It's the managing of emotions and relationships within yourself. So again, if you need help with that kind of stuff, don't hesitate to reach out, inquire. Again, follow, like, subscribe, posting thought on Twitter. And again, hit the notification bell if you want to get when these videos are dropped. And again, there's education. This is what's crazy is, like, I've done 52 education videos. I think they're pretty solid. The people who've watched them have grown tremendously, but the average person just wants the answers. Again, teach a man to fish versus give the man a fish. And again, I'm not in the place where I say, oh, look at me, I've got Rolexes and Lamborghinis. And again, it's not the judge of who, but I'm just saying, like, I'm just not, that's not me. Again, if you want to learn how to trade, I'd love to help. But if you're looking to make quick, easy money, trying to gamble, there's better people who are going to be around to help you that and fulfill that kind of potentialities in day trading. It's just not me, guys. All right, again, like, subscribe, with the notification bell. Check out thetradingagent.com. Tons of stuff here. And again, the recommended reading, three books. Can you read books? Imagine if someone said you make 6 figures, get an education, all you need is 3 books, a YouTube channel, and join a Discord room. Holy shit. Right? No. People want to make it difficult. Again, fear and greed is in neutral. I've said this before. You can go up or down at these levels. It doesn't necessarily matter. Again, extreme greed, extreme fear is what I'd be watching for. Okay. So we know the July meeting's coming. As of right now, they are expecting a cut in September. July is kind of a crapshoot. And so this is what I'd be watching. Again, if you want this link, DM me. I would be watching because as of right now, there's no cut expected, right? And the Feds are in, again, China and Europe have combined already cut 18 times. We haven't cut once. Okay. Yeah, good luck with that. Bitcoin, again, I've said this, and it's kind of like gold. Wait till the seasonality. Bitcoin is chopping around the highs. Oh gosh, hurry up. today, Junior. I personally have said this on record. I don't trust buying it until it breaks out. A lot of people are like, well, Dan, what if it's going to happen right now? Right now. It's all, and that's what the problem with trading is most people think it's going to happen right now. And the reality is it's not. Look at this thing. It's been in consolidating pain since November of last year. And you could trade around it. But at this point, to go long it, I mean, I'd wait for the breakout or look for weakness. I wouldn't just buy it to buy it at the highs. That's just my opinion. Oils we've talked about. There was a floor down here. If you zoom out, goes back almost 10, 11 years, not 15 years. Here we go. We bounce on geopolitical risk again. This is what's hard about oil. Long term, I like these names, but I do know that, again, if you look at the GDP data that's coming, I mean, they're expecting -2 GPA, -0.2 GDP. Again, it's a light week of data, but there's GDP and durable orders on Thursday, and there's a few little earnings here and there. But in general, economy is weakening. Again, uncertainty can do that. Again, they need to get those tariff things figured out. But at this point, the way that I look at it is I wouldn't short this stuff. I'd be looking for pullbacks. Natural gas, we like natural gas long term. I'd really love to see some deeper weakness, but what I love and want doesn't always play out. That's just the reality of life, right? Again, that's the thing, like take the expectation out of trading. It gets so much easier. You just hope and you allow and you let it come for you, but versus chase. I mean, it's such a mindset shift difference. And again, if you want help with that, I got you. Dollar seems to be chopping around. I don't really have much on the dollar other than we're at support chopping around. Again, if the volatility in the dollar picks up, I'll be watching it. At this point, it's just gone chopping around. Your friend, the TLT, again, I think rates will go lower in the fall, but as of right now, it doesn't look like bonds are going anywhere fast. Again, not trading them, just watching them. VIX, we've talked about the VIXer. We talked about it was due to bounce from that 16, 17 area. We got it. Now what? It seems to be consolidating. Again, with VIX termination, you typically see the VIX get crushed. It's not getting crushed. Now, we know we have geopolitical risk. Again, I think near term, if you go look at the seasonality, if you have the Stock Traders Almanac, it's one of the recommended reading books, and you don't have to fucking read it. It's a calendar. It shows you what's going on. It talks about seasonal weakness going into the end of June. Let's just keep that in mind. If the market's been up into earnings, there's typically a pullback before earnings. And there it would be. That would make sense. VIX, we talked about bouncing. And there's two books, actually. It's a calendar. It's basically a calendar. There's two books to read. One just to follow. Talked about the VIX made higher lows on the recent drop in the VIX. Now what? Seems to be consolidating, holding up really well. Again, I have short positions and I have long positions that are hedged. I'm very net neutral to short. But again, I'm trading around my shorts, as I tell people this all the time. Shorting is not a long-term investment. It's a trade. It always is. Like the market always goes up in time. But this is the biggest thing about certain stocks is that some of them too do get killed and crushed. SPY, as we talked about, chop until the FOMC. You got it. Now you're starting to pull back. Watch the 20-day QQQQQQQQQ. 20-day, same thing again, making lower highs. IWM. Oh, excuse me. All right. Keep an eye on this one, right? We talked about it top first, right? At that 215 area around the 200-day. Bada boom, bada bing. Again, I like commodities and small caps long term. It doesn't mean they're going to go up every week or every month as well. This is what is amazing about trading. If you understand probability-based trading, you know how to manage positions. It's an amazing thing. DIA, again, I don't really talk about it too much, but it seems to be holding up around the 100-day, worth a watch. Gold. I've said this since basically March, that Q2 is seasonally choppy to weak in gold. Q2 is almost over. It looks like we were right. Now, again, I like gold for the long term, but I wouldn't be surprised. Just let it play out. Silver broke out and chopping around. Again, I like to see silver catching up, right? And if you go zoom out, it's not anywhere close to the all-time highs. But we like to see silver catch up. Now, again, going into the end of the quarter, will people chase it? Or is it due to pull back? Again, I'd be watching this 30 area. Again, I like commodities long-term. GDX, same kind of thing, chopping around, right? I'd like to see GDX break out if it was going to go. GDXJ, again, junior miners should be leading. They are leading. They look to have made a new higher high, but looked like they got slammed today. Again, if the Iran stuff gets figured out, don't be surprised if these pull back. That's kind of what I'd be looking for. Now, again, I'm going to go, well, they could drop a nuke, and then you miss the trade. Yeah, that's the nature of the beast. I'm just going to bet that a nuke isn't going to drop. but I could be, again, wrong. AEM, again, we like AEM. This is one of the leaders. It seems to be chopping and consolidating. AG finally caught up in this piece. POS, again, is at an old trend line, chopping around. Again, I like Newmont, right? Seems to be chopping around the 58 level. PAAS, I mean, they're taking over Mag Silver. I like this one as well. I think there's not a bad risk reward there. And again, here's the silver miners. Look where they're stuck at. Just a quick 5-second draw, right? Big cup and handle. Your guess is as good as mine. Again, I like this stuff long term. I mean, I'm very transparent about that. Again, be watching to see how it all plays out to the end of the quarter. I will actually be out of town next week. I'm going on a fishing trip because, again, trading's good. Life is good. So things are well. Going to do that. But again, I'm always around, lingering. If I don't answer, I will at some point. I appreciate you guys. Okay, Taiwan Semi. I like semi shorts. I've said this endlessly. When the SMH is a certain level, now you're starting to see some weakness in these names. Again, the whole idea about what do you call it? The protection stuff with tariffs. We'll see what happens here. Again, Taiwan Semi is not the one I'm shorting, but again, it makes sense if it starts pulling back. Micron has earnings actually next Wednesday after this run. They better absolutely crush it. Buy the rumor, sell the news. Again, we talked about all these names bouncing. Can it fill the gap? I'd be watching for that. Man, that's just like too easy. Is it that easy? Maybe it is. Watch the gap. Again, I personally think chips are going to have a lot of competition and the law of large numbers. Again, the smaller ones I'm not really shorting. Like AMD, again, man, that looks very distributive. Holy shit, actually. Again, I'm short the Soxel. Again, doesn't mean all chip names are going to go down together, but damn, that just doesn't, I mean, that looks very distributive at the highs. Keep an eye on it. NVIDIA is the one we're shorting. Again, credit to my man, Eric NH in the Discord room. Again, he's talking about this even weeks ago. He's like, feels like it's going to set up some sort of like complex head and shoulder. Here it is. Again, whether we're right or wrong, it doesn't matter in the sense of, oh God, I'm a bull or bear forever. No. What I'm looking at is a very binary, easy fucking setup where I'm shorting around 145 and change, and then I'm trading around it. And if this thing breaks, it's got a big downside. And if, again, I get stopped out, who gives a shit? Small losses are fine. Big wins, potential, absolutely. SMCI talked about this earlier in the week that it needed to break the wedge. Not really powerful wedge break, but I don't know. We'll see. Intel, I've talked about this. Like, I think this is a dog. It trades in this tight range. I don't think anything they do is anything special other than they could be a buyout target from foreign companies. That's all I'd be aware of. AVGO, we talked about this one chopping up at the highs. Man, it needs to hold 250s, 20-day. I mean, it felt like a professional gap down, right? Here's another semi name that looks like it could go bye-bye. Now you get the professional gap and chop around for OPEX. SMH, again, this is where it's just obvious. This level, that's what I'm watching. Do you see how easy I like to make trading? Well, I don't need to sit around and day trade. I mean, again, if this was like a 10-minute chart, you'd see the same thing. But again, people don't have the patience to know that, oh, fuck, it can chop around at spots. Does it always have to be violent bottoms and violent tops? Nope. That's why I layer in. And that's why, again, if it's just a one touch, like if this was your top, I mean, I only got a little bit. Then I would get the retest, great. Or if you shorted up here, like you had 3 days. Well, up here you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 days. That drives people crazy. Me, I love it. I don't mind it. Okay, because it becomes even more binary. And then I can print some money, make some money here, and then go, okay, well, is it going to go? Is it going to go? Adobe, we talked about this one dropping post earnings. Again, weakness. Applesauce. Nice little bounce today. But again, I think this is just purgatory. Big chop consolidation zone. Again, they don't do anything special. You're living off their buyback and dividend potential. As of right now, again, getting over the 50-day would be important, but I think it's just going to be choppy and sloppy for the summer. I don't trust. Again, not to say that Apple can't go higher. I just don't think it's that exciting. Amazon, again, hits the 220 area. Interesting. Better hold the 20-day. Meta, we talked about, again, Coop and the boys in the Discord room talking about that target of 700. Nailed it. Big red today. Again, if you took profits up here, nicely done. Again, credit where credit's due. Again, I talked about the double bottom. I was buying that thing around 480, traded up, made. I played the Met2, which, I mean, I think it was 21 or 22, and it got up, traded in and out of it up to like 30s. Traded around a bit from 30s up into like mid 30s. Again, it's great trading. Again, now I'd be on little red alert. Like that big candle with big volume feels distributed. And here it is, like the chop and then fail. Like think about this with like an NVIDIA. It's just going to chop until someone pulls the bottom out. Potentially. Again, potentially, nothing certain. CRM, again, this one's just been a choppy mess. Guggenheim was watching. I don't know the news on this one today, but that does not look good. Again, I like tech short. Microsoft holding up at the highs. Again, I don't know if I would be too crazy on this one, but I'd be watching again. Again, it's OPEX. Be careful. High volumes on a Friday positioning. Interesting. Just worth a watch. NDAQ, we talked about this shorting up here in the 86 to 87 range. Again, I thought this would hold, and so it kept going higher, but now I'm starting to see these like little distributive bars. Again, I don't think tech is the future of trading. Again, the companies are not going out. It's like Cisco and routers. Like Cisco never go anywhere. It's just the company's stocks did. MicroStrategy, again, what a freaking bore this one is every day. Going a whole lot of nowhere, and everyone's expecting big direction. Be careful. At Netflix, again, I didn't post this in the Discord room, but I did say, watch this like 1250 area. You got 1248. It's 50. Pretty good. If you took the short here, it makes sense. Keep an eye on this one. Again, wait for retest. There you go. Well, you're going to get a retest of the retest? Always possible. Roblox, this one's been on fire. Man, if it's an OPEX, TOPEX, that would be it. I mean, that's a fucking 52 to 103. Pretty solid. CrowdStrike, again, we talk about cybersecurity names. It's up against old channel high. Doesn't seem to be able to get over it. Your guess is good as mine. Near term, again, I like cybersecurity names. Again, if I was going to pick a sector, and it's cybersecurity, and again, I like the AI stuff that's not as just chip related. I like the integration of it. Again, whether you like Elon or not, I think if he integrates AI into more businesses with all the auto taxi and all that other crap, I mean, I think that's where, again, if you like Tesla for the long run, we've talked about needs to get over this 20-day. Look at this son of a biscuit. It cannot get over it. It's curling down. A little nervous on that. Got to get over that 20-day.
Canceled.
Oh, yeah, I had some outstanding orders. Thank you. Thank you, Interactive Brokers. Palantir, again, war coming. This feels like it could be a top, but again, I am not picking the top. This could be a chop top or something, or it just keeps ripping higher. Personally, no position. They seem to benefit from everything going on geopolitically. Insight, we talked about buying this in the mid-50s as a buyout target. Nice bounce. HIMS, again, I don't trust this stock at all. Seems to be holding up pretty well. Again, I don't think they have anything special about their business, but keep an eye on it. Again, I don't know if I would short it just to short it, but I'd watch references and make sense. Or if you're playing the upside, congratulations. Again, no trade on that one. But again, I don't trust the business. BABA, we talked about this one chopping around. I like it at 110, filling these gaps. Maybe if the 200-day comes into play at some point. McDonald's broke 200-day. Look at that. Things you don't expect to see, right? If the economy's cooking, like what? Hold on. McDonald's ain't. Starbucks, we talked about this one breaking the 50-day in the low 90s, getting up to the 100, 200-day. Sorry, mid 80s, not low 90s. Now it's consolidating. I don't really have again, I mean, that'd be one of those summer trades. You take it and you move on. Airbnb, chopping around. Again, I like the way that's acting, making higher high and higher lows, but watch the 100, 200-day. Coinbase, again, got a nice bounce. Nice work. I mean, I know some people who've been trading this. Again, here you go, wrong on this one. Again, I don't think they do anything that's special, but clearly got the bounce. Congrats again, DKNG. I mean, this again. I have opinions. I'm not always right. So here's like one. Like again, I think this is a short, but look, it's like they squeezed it during OPEX. I'd be watching it again. I'm not. I have ideas again because people ask, but I'm not always right. Again, 80% clip on my own trades, but just guessing the market direction better. Picking actual individual all the stocks what they're going to do. No, I can only just see what I see and give you the best advice I can. Ultimately, you decide, right? Consult with your financial advisor. Consult with somebody if you're not sure. And here you go. Costco, we talked about this lower highs. This thing's been on a monster run. Like zoom out. Like this thing is for years been just cooking higher. If it consolidated for a couple months, even a year wouldn't even be a big deal. FedEx, we talked about this one. Nice bounce from the 215 mid twos area. They have earnings coming next week, so please be careful. XLF, this one is trashing and tracking the 20-day. Again, if it breaks the 100-day, I wouldn't be surprised to pull back going into earnings, right? Hood, chopping around, making new highs. Again, we've liked Hood. I mean, I talked about this like being a little cup and handle, and this is a summer stock. Seems to be holding up pretty well. Again, got this in some of the stock portfolios, but again, I don't really trade it. I've hedged near term, but again, if it goes higher, I don't care. I really don't care. I mean, like, if I get uncovered or I get covered calls, get taken out, I will just buy it back. I don't care at some point. JP Morgan holding up really well. Again, today's a little doji on higher volume with OPEX. I'd be watching because, again, OPEX, TOPEX potential. Morgan Stanley, again, financials running into earnings after a huge move. A little nerve-wracking. Bank of America, again, watching 20 days, watching them chop, keeping on it. Do I trust them to fly right now? Man, it's a tough one. That is a tough one. Carrie, we talked about watching juniors. It's crucial, holding the 50-day, but again, definitely lagging compared to the rest of the sector. XBI, again, we liked XBI in the 60s. Now it's chopping around. I mean, again, long term, you'll probably be fine. But I'd be looking for junior buy weakness to buy. Jets, again, struggling with oil higher. XHB, again, housing. Housing sucks. But we're consolidating. So, again, I can't really, I mean, it's just not leading up. That's all I could take from it. XLB, again, let's get into commodities because this is where I'd start pulling triggers. Watch the 84, 85 range. I like Dow. I mean, I like all these names on pullbacks, right? Here you go. Look at that big-ass option volume. Holy shiznit. Right, I'd be watching. Back test the trend line. Man, let me put that on. That is a fucking juicy setup. Oh, my God. Dow at 27. Again, I mean, with tight stops, it doesn't... Oh, my God. Does it always have to... No. But again, with tight stops, great. CE, again, Celanese, not bad. Watching this one, right? A lot of these names in the sector bottomed. Caterpillar definitely bottomed. Chopping around the 200-day. Deere's been holding up really dang well. Credit where credit's due, right? Nucor, again, we like steel names. Nice pop up today. And again, I mean, I've just got to trade around it. X getting bought out, I think today. Last day of trading, 55. Congratulations. Again, if you bought this in the 20s and 30s like we talked about. Yeah, nice. Again, I didn't personally do it, but I know others who did. Congrats. IIIAN. And broke the downtrend channel, whatever you want to call it. Now consolidating. Makes sense. I'd be watching, say, the 50-day. Keep an eye on it. Valet got back to 9. Again, it's in the sweet spot. But again, does it mean it can't go lower? This is where, again, I'd rather wait for the market. Look at that little pro cap and go. And then what? I don't know. Just let it play out because the longer, I mean, if you zoom out, these are big down moves that are consolidating and finishing. You have the volume at the low, right? I like these names. Again, Arrow is another. I mean, copper. I mean, if it can drop it on your foot, that's what I like. And it hurts or it's sticky, something. Oil, I guess, or natural gas, whatever. Copper, definitely. Like letting this consolidate. I mean, I have notes watching the mid 14s if I'm out of town next week. FVQ, VLF, we talked about this one. Big chop zone. It's over the highs. Keep an eye on it. SSCO, again, we like the copper names a lot. Again, the volume today with OPEX. Somebody, SSCO. Again, put that one in your book. If you see this thing in the 85 to 86 range, I mean, again, you can take stabs. Freeport McMoran. Look at this, right? 200-day, 20-day. Again, we like these names. These have been had monumental moves. Let them play out, man. If you see these in the mid-30s, call me. URNJ, again, we like this one. I talked about couldn't chase it. Got the pullback, didn't get as deep, and okay, just keep an eye on it. Okla, right? We talked about this one like, oh, it looks so good. Waiting. Got this touch. Thought it might fill the gap or chop. Nope. But okay, here we go. This is why you don't fucking chase. You're welcome. If you chase this day and you're you're not happy. CCJ, again, same thing. Like, can't chase this stuff. Keep an eye on it. CF, again, we like the ag names. We talked about this for seems like weeks. Nice runs. Let them pull back. Mosaic, right? Let it pull back, chop around, consolidate, broke the downtrend. NTR, again, you've got to like NTR, right? All these names. But again, just don't chase them. Let them consolidate and pull back. SQM, put this one on your radar. Again, I like this. Again, we sold it. Bought it this day, sold it here. Again, it doesn't look big, but it's like, people are like, oh, it's not a big deal. But I'm like, dude, have you seen this thing does multiple, like it's done big corrections before and come back. Again, if you go zoom out, like that's how it is. See, like this down, and then you make a little higher high and chop around, higher lows. I feel like we're in that phase. I mean, this is the biggest lithium miner in the world. Do I need to be perfect? No, but I like the idea of buying it down here. Abso-fucking-lutely. Absolutely. But again, I'm going to be patient. AA, another one. Absolutely. We sold this one near 30. Congratulations. Now we talked about chop and consolidation. I'd be watching somewhere around 26 to 27. I know we're there now. So again, if you want to pull the trigger, go right ahead, tight stops. But I have in my notes, mid 27.50. Like this is that old back test of the trend line. And maybe it gets back down to here. That'd be a gift. Keep an eye on it. Kalu, again, this video is going to be longer. I'm going to go a little more depth here. Chopping around. Again, we like these names. MP, this one's been a boss. If you bought this sucker in the 19, 18 area, again, I might want to harvest some profits here. REMX, again, we sold this one. I like it. We sold this one on the pop-ups. I would let this thing, man, if you can see this around the 37 area, fill this gap. Ooh-wee. TMC, I'm going to put this one on the list because, again, I know some friends trading this. Metals company, again, this one is a boss. It's been acting really well. Again, overbought near term, in my opinion. I'd be watching this. They basically pull commodities off the bottom of the ocean floor. Pretty smart business. Cliff, keep an eye on this one, right? Again, we talk about these. A lot of these names look so freaking sexy. It's just, they're not going to, when they move, they'll move. Solar, right? We talked about this one dropping on the credits. Again, we like the trades up. Thank God. Took profits. Some people I know got hurt by it. Again, I'm just like, no, I don't trust solar in the sense of like, it's a trade. It's a trade. Everything's a trade. ENPH, again, nice bounces and some, again, got lucky. First solar, we talked about this trading up to the 170s. The 200-day took our profits that said gone. And then it's like, oh God. Sometimes you get lucky. I have now an alarm for this back test of the trend line. Also going to put one somewhere in the mid 120s would make sense too if we got there. HYG, again, corporate debt holding up. Keep an eye on it. Last but not least, getting the oil names a little deeper. Good old USO, again, this has been on fire. Keep an eye on it. UNG, I hate this product. Absolutely hate it, hate it, hate it, hate it. The short was the KOLD. We've talked about this one on every major pop. It's just, we're not at a pop, so you can't do that. The XOP, this is where it gets interesting. We talked about this coming into the downtrend. Again, I don't doubt this could break out. But let it consolidate here because it might need a little mini pullback. Again, watch the oil and gas names. MPC, nice little breakout. 3 days of just chopping. Valero looks very similar, right? Keep an eye on it. You need to see those names continue. ExxonMobil, if you bought this at the 102 level, you're like, nice work, Dan. But again, it's been a 3-day range, right? Up to the one. I thought 110 was probably the goods, but it got to 150. Oh, God, I'm sorry I'm wrong when it adds an extra. Dan, you're wrong by a couple percent. BP, again, we'd like this one at the lows now, chopping around. Again, a lot of these names. Occidental, let them consolidate, right? Devon, maybe they don't. That's the problem that you take with it. Again, Apache, I mean, geopolitical risk could stick around. Who knows? Hit the 200. We talked about buying this on dips. Lyondell base, again, they all look very similar, right? Let them consolidate. I would think that one in the mid, I don't know, I'd say 50s, right? LYB, right? Mid 50s. Keep an eye on it. Again, it's just you pick and choose, and you don't know until after you bet. That's what's so crazy about trading. People always want to know certainty. As Livermore said, you don't know until you bet. Right? CVE hits the 200-day. We talked about buying this one in the 10s and 11s. CVE, look at this guy. Or sorry, EQT. We talked about this being a potential breakout. Perfect. And there it goes. And last but not least, Flex LNG, because I think we'll be natural gas exporters, but we're up against a channel high. I personally am going to be patient. So again, if you have questions, don't hesitate to reach out. We'll be out of town next week, but we'll be available to chat if needed at some points. Again, you have bigger data at the end of the week. I think personally the geopolitical stuff is going to stick around for a little while. I don't know what's going to happen. I really don't want to take it. Again, I don't know if it really affects the markets as much as the slowdown and everything else that's going on with the tariff stuff. Again, I was hoping that stuff would be resolved. I know there's another deadline coming up, and it seems like the countries are just kicking the can down the road, hoping they can wait us out. So will Trump have to go nuclear at some point to get these people back to the drawing table? I don't know. Again, there's a lot going on. So again, I appreciate all the love, support, generous donations. If you've gotten this far, leave a comment, like. That's the greatest gratitude you can give if you can't do a donation. But I appreciate you guys. Have a wonderful day. Talk to you soon.
Hey, thanks for watching. If you have any questions, stop by the Discord room. A link is in the description below. Also, if you'd like to help support more free content, the PayPal link is in the description as well. I appreciate your continued support of the channel.